What's up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing? And this week, we're back with another episode of Spicy Sports Bets because UFC 259 is tonight. Actually, it starts in just a few hours from now, the prelims, so we got to get this posted. But yeah, it's tonight, and it's a big card. It's a big card. There's a lot of champs fighting. There's 3 title fights to end the night. It is just gigantic. And usually fights like this are in July. So this is really a treat. One of the biggest treats we've had in quite some time. And I'm pumped about tonight. And I'm really looking forward to it. So we're going to get to some picks right away. This is all this is about. Last week you saw me do punishment for my last picks, which I was incorrect. And let me tell you, as bad as it might not have looked in that video, that chocolate, even one piece, lingers in you for a whole day till it comes out the other end. It's nuts. I knew it was there for 24 hours. Wasn't torture, didn't ride the wave of terror this time, but I knew it was there, and when it did come out, it burned a bit. So, it is risky to bet for that. So I'm going to bet some more chocolate this week. We got 3 title fights. 3. And I'm going to bet on all of them. We'll start with the first fight that I'm going to bet on tonight, which is Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson, or Megan Anderson, I believe it is. This is a title fight. That it's not a very stacked division, let's be honest. There's only a real handful of contenders in that division, and Amanda Nunes is probably way ahead of most of them, and I don't expect anything to change tonight. She's been on a storm since she destroyed Ronda Rousey, and she's clearly the best female fighter. I don't think because there's not much of a competition, I don't think anybody else is really close to her. Megan Anderson is a dangerous fighter, and I think against most of the other fighters, she is probably better than most of them. But when you have someone as good as Amanda Nunes, it doesn't really mean much. So I really don't think this fight's going to be a threat. But I'm going to pick on it anyways because it's a title fight and it's part of a big event. And you never know. Anything can happen. But that being said, I'm going to bet the 2 apple juices that I still have from 2005. I'm willing to bet those on Amanda Nunes beating Megan Anderson. And I'm only going to bet those because, there's not much risk in this bet. So, we'll do those for fun. No offense to the girls. They are still incredible fighters, but I think Amanda Nunes is just on another level. And she'll prove that probably pretty quickly tonight. So the 2 apple juices will go down if she were to lose. Hell, if she were to lose, I'll drink 2 apple juices and wash them down with chocolate. I just don't think it's going to happen. So there you go. All right, so I'll do 2 apple juices and a chocolate because that's how confident I am. Okay, so the next fight is Peter Yan versus Sterling. Is it Peter Yan? I think it is. I always forget things when I'm doing this on the fly. I'm not prepped. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting fight. I think Yan's a better fighter. I think he's a good striker. I think that, for the most part, this is his fight to lose. I think Sterling was threatening to smother him during the weigh-ins yesterday. He was threatening to catch him going backwards and to take him down and to drown him. I find that interesting because that is a plausible way for him to win. I'm not sure it's going to happen, though, because if he gets tagged, I think it might be over quickly. Jan's power is pretty on point. He's a pretty good striker, so that's a pretty big threat to overcome. But again, all that can change if you can't get off your back. So I guess we'll see what happens, but I'm willing to bet a piece of chocolate on Yan winning this fight. Or Yan. I think it's Yan. So yeah, 1 piece of the chili cherry nightmare on Yan winning the fight. And then we get to the main event. Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya. And this one's interesting because I keep flipping back and forth. This is the true challenge pick tonight. Blachowicz, I've always kind of overlooked in other fights in the past. And, he's now the light heavyweight champion. And deservedly so. He's put away some guys during his shot, and when he got a shot, he took it. He beat a guy that John Jones struggled against, and he beat him rather easily. So it's kind of a shame that John Jones went up to heavyweight, because I would have liked to see how he did against Jan Blachowicz. I think that would have been an interesting fight. So it's a shame that it's not happening, or at least it's not happening now. I guess if John Jones were to get smoked at heavyweight, then the fight's on the table. So that's a shame that that's not happening. But that being said, Israel Adesanya is a real special fighter. And I've said in previous videos when I've chosen him that I consider him to be the next Anderson Silva. And for the most part, he has looked to be that part. He's got the movement. He's got the precision. He's had some memorable finishes recently. He's just proving to be a special fighter that's, here's everybody, and he's starting to do this. And his skill level is starting to separate him from the rest. And now he's taking his chance at the 205 title. And what's crazy about it is he doesn't cut much weight to fight at 185. This week he apparently was at 193. And yesterday he ate a full pizza and carried it in the box on the scale. And he weighed in 5 pounds under the limit. So, he's not cutting any weight. He's walking around at a very comfortable, hydrated weight. And that could play a big role because, he's not draining his body. He's going to be quick. His reflexes are going to be on point. And he's a guy that is a precision-based fighter. So this all plays into his hands. His power is going to be there. His endurance will be fine. All this plays into his hands. Jan is cutting weight down to 205, and, he's used to that. He's dangerous, and obviously that makes him a very powerful fighter at this weight class. I don't know if Adesanya can take a punch from him. That's the thing I keep bouncing on and off of, is if this is a tough fight, if it's a dirty fight, if it's a fight against the cage, and Blachowicz is able to control him, I think he's going to beat him up. I think he can hurt him and get him out of there. But my brain is telling me that Adesanya is special, and he's a very talented, special kind of guy, just like Anderson Silva. And I think that he's going to be too quick. And I think his power is still going to be there. And I think he's going to be able to pick Jan Blachowicz apart. I think he's going to do calf kicks to take the legs away. I think he's going to be able to work the legs at a safe distance. I think he's going to be able to work the body. He might be able to work the liver. He might even take him out with a liver shot. You never know. But I just think that Adesanya is quicker. I think he's going to be smarter. And I think his precision and confidence are really going to play a role in how he systematically kind of picks him apart. And I think Adesanya might even win by TKO in this fight, to be honest with you. I may flip on this after I post this video. I mean, like I said, all it takes is one shot. If he gets hit once and he doesn't like how he gets hit, the fight is over. It's very possible that he could get knocked out tonight by Jan Blachowicz. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think that Adesanya is going to prove to be the real deal. I think he's going to be able to move well. And, I think he's going to pick him apart and win. That's what my gut is telling me is going to happen. I actually could see him fighting John Jones at some point, especially if John Jones doesn't work out at heavyweight. But yeah, I'm willing to bet a piece of the Chili Cherry Nightmare on this fight as well. If Jan Blachowicz were to win, I will eat one piece of the Chili Cherry Nightmare, because I believe that Israel Adesanya is going to have the skill advantage and the movement advantage, especially after working the legs, to take this fight. So there you have it. From UFC 259, I'm picking Peter Yan, I'm picking Amanda Nunes, and I'm picking Israel Adesanya. And I believe those are going to be the champions at the end of the night. And if I'm wrong, I'll be doing a piece of the Chili Cherry Nightmare for each one of them, and I'll be drinking the apple juice if Megan Anderson were to win. All right. Well, there you have it. Those are my picks for this week. Oh, before I go, there's a picture of my garden. As you guys can see, things have changed. Things are getting bigger. I may do another video soon because I want to show you what I'm doing now that the plants are getting to have a stage where they have 2 or 3 sets of real leaves. One of the most important things that you should be doing at this point is having a fan blowing on them because you want the stems to start to strengthen. You want these plants to be ready for outside when they go outside. You want them to already be weathered. So I have a fan blowing on them now, which I'll explain more in a future video when I do another garden tour. But yeah, that's a quick little pointer for you. But that's how things look right now. And yeah, I'm getting excited about my chili garden. I think it's going to be an exciting garden this year. And I'm looking forward to updating you all on how it looks as the year progresses. All right, well, that's it for this week. Make sure you watch the fights tonight to see if I'm right or wrong, to see if we're doing punishment next week, or if we're doing something else like a review or a garden tour. But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out last week's video where I punished myself. And make sure you check out this random video here. And we'll be back next week with either punishment or something else. Check out the fights tonight, and thanks for tuning in. Appreciate all of you.